to take a little bit of a walk this morning. The van's all the way down there to check this stuff out. I didn't want to park too close to that busy intersection if I was just looking. I was hoping that this right here wasn't a dresser like it is. I thought this was actually like a cabinet with for like tools. I thought this was like a craftsman cabinet. So I was pretty excited. With this, it's like kind of, I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be. Actually, it probably is, because that's kind of an oriental style of handle anyway. But I don't think that that's really worth grabbing. I think that that's a little bit too funky, especially because the van is literally all the way down there. You can barely see it. And then we have this dresser here, and this dresser with the veneer problem. So we'll see what else we get this morning, and we'll do the route. I don't think anybody else is going to be grabbing any of this, but we'll leave it for now. With that being said, everybody, I see that it's pretty dark, but we are out here just after 5 in the morning on Thursday, August 8th, and we are going to see what we can get out in the trash today. Let's see it. Might have something here. This end table looks like, you know, I was hoping it was it looks like it's been painted this color. Yeah, definitely, with the way it's kind of bleeding onto the outside. It probably was wood at one point, that color. And I was hoping that it was, you know, redone to an extent, just maybe minor use. But I think I'll probably pass, especially with that broken leg on the bottom there. But we'll pass on that, unfortunately. But I was hoping that it would be, you know, practically a refinished piece. This chair here, kind of similar to that office chair that we saw yesterday. Oh, that's kind of scary to open it up and see a baby doll in there. But check for rips and tears. It's a little bit, you know, marked up, but nothing too crazy. And I don't really see any tears in it. So I think we'll end up grabbing this. I think that this could be a pretty good find, but that baby doll was kind of a little bit of a jump, considering it's only like 5 o'clock in the morning. Pulling up on this one, I was hoping that the base for this china cabinet would still be here. Those are always good quick sellers, but there's no base. We do have a coat rack, however, it's missing one spindle, and most importantly, the base. So we're gonna have to leave that. This mirror might not be too bad. This right here might be the best item here. Now, it had that rug sitting on it, and that kind of caused some discoloration. Or actually, that's not discoloration, that's just dirt. But I think that might be all right. It's got, you know, it just needs a little bit of cleaning, and I think I can do that. And then we have a little cart that we'll probably end up leaving, but we'll take this entryway table. I think that that's nice enough to get a little bit of money out of, but we'll end up probably leaving the rest. Even this mirror, I have another mirror similar that we got on video maybe a month ago, and I have not sold it, so I don't want 2 of those and just have a bunch of mirrors in my storage unit. Stopped here to check out this storage drawer. So we got Pokemon. No Pokemon left in there. It's a little dirty, a little paint, but I think we'll still end up grabbing that. I always like seeing old boxes like this for this RCA vintage color TV. You know, it's old when they had to put color. It's probably from, I would say, I don't know, 80s. I wasn't around back then, but that's what I would guess. And we got an old vintage Lemonade. 1995. We'll leave that because it feels like there's some liquid left in there. And then somebody's trophies for bowling. The Brunswick Lakeside Youth Program, 98 to 99. It's always, and this one here looks like the grand prize for Elgin Association for 2004. It's always weird to see, you know, somebody's whole trophy collection just tossed to the side. I get that they kind of just take up space after a while, but you would think that, you know, people would want to keep that kind of stuff. And then we have American Voyager luggage. And this stuff actually looks pretty nice. This one's all kind of ripped up. Or actually, that's just dirt, so maybe not. This might be the find of the pile right here. Ooh, a little stained up. I don't know if anybody's gonna want it all stained up, so we'll leave that. But we'll probably take that storage drawer. A lot of vintage stuff sitting out here. You would hope that it'd be a little bit better quality than the stuff that's actually here. I wasn't sure what this was as I got out, and I was hoping that it would be something like an entryway table type thing, but it's actually a sink. And I've never tried to sell a sink. You can let me know if you think a sink would sell secondhand. I'd be worried that there'd be an issue with, you know, the fit of it. However, this would probably be a nice sink overall. I mean, it's got the glass top. Not sure if this goes to it or not, but I'm gonna leave it. But you guys let me know, do you think, you know, vanities like this would sell in general? You let me know. The other thing that's here is this old roller derby box, and they're in there. The BX 5000 roller derby. I'll look those up and see if they're worth anything, and if they are, then I'll grab them. But let me know about that. This here is kind of what I was hoping for at that first stop, and it's one of these toolboxes. Now it looks like some of the drawers are a little funky on there. I don't know if we can get back in. That one seems to not be sitting right. Looks like a little dent there. Probably doesn't have the key with it, which isn't the worst. Kind of looks like they had it in their garage and somebody backed into it somehow, which is unfortunate, but it's not a complete disaster. I'm gonna see if I can get the drawers in, and if we can, then we'll definitely take this. The other thing that's in this stop, we have this vintage, very vintage office chair that definitely has seen a lot better days. I'm sure somebody could really work on that, but we're not gonna be the ones to deal with that. And I've had this dresser, I want to almost say we had this dresser on video somewhat recently, but I think we'll still grab that. But I'm really focusing on this and seeing if I can get the drawers to work on this, because this would be a really good find. Little update on this one is I cannot get it. This one I kind of got better. I got this. I think this comes off, so I'll probably definitely will take this, but this bottom one, I just cannot get them to stay on, and like you get them to a point and it falls back in. I just think that whatever denting happened here kind of messed with the mechanism of the drawer system to keep them in, because it kind of falls back every time, and I don't want, you know, I can kind of make it work for a while, but I don't want to sell that to somebody and, you know, have them have issues down the road constantly. It's just kind of dirty in my opinion. So, but this one, I got the drawer work, this drawer works, and this one is good. Made in Japan, measuring thing. So this will come off, and I'll take the top part for sure. So this is what people tend to do with the windows that I grab, and that is paint them as, you know, like a nice little wall hanging or what have you. So this one's already done. It even almost looks like I don't know if they painted this or if that was how it came, if it's painted as the window. Looks like they did it in 2010. But I mean, I sell them to people, and then the booth owners or what have you tend to paint stuff like this on there. So this one's already done, so I think I'll take that, and I think it should sell, because I mean, if they're selling them, then I should be able to get some decent money out of this. These right here might be really good if the fabric is good on them. And unfortunately, especially on this one right here, the metal is bowing out. It's not supposed to be like that. So let's kind of take this one off and see what the bottom was. It would be awesome if we had this, but it's doing the same thing right there. So we're gonna have to leave these. It's just gonna get worse if somebody were to buy them. It's not worth grabbing. But these would be awesome pieces, even though it is, you know, August 8th. It's getting later in the season. I try not to take as much outdoor furniture, but this metal rocking chairs would have been fantastic. And then this here, it's a little dirty, but I think that could clean up pretty nice. A little metal rack, we'll grab that. But I wish that those were great. Over here is something that I always do really well with when I have them, and that is drums. I gotta make sure that there's no real holes in them. But this tape, I think, is probably just for decoration, right? Yeah. I think that just needs some cleaning. But we'll definitely take the top two at the very least, if not all three. These are always really good sellers. And at that same stop with the drums, we did have 3 baseball bats that I think this blue one here might be worth something. The other 2 are like youth sizes, which could still be worth, you know, 20, 30 bucks on eBay. I know it's a lot harder to ship them nowadays than it was, say, sorry about that loud noise, say about 5 years ago. It was a lot easier with the way they price out the large boxes, but I'll still grab those because some of them might be worth, you know, quite a bit of money. Back here we have a bike laying down. And like I've said before, bikes are always good if, you know, they're usable and rideable. So we'll check this one out. Oh no, we'll fix that in a second, but why they did that, I don't know. But this one's already laying down. It does not have a seat, which is unfortunate, but it's not a complete no-go on it. It is a Murray Mystic. And we got, still stuck on that box there. Oh, because it doesn't have the seat, it's not really working out because of sitting on the ground. This is a little hard to do with one hand, so we'll put the camera down. Let's see, that brake there works, and that brake looked like it works as well. So as long as it rides, we'll definitely grab this one. It should be worth a few bucks even without the seat. Today is the day that we hopefully are able to get rid of this monstrosity of a machine, the jointer. Actually, I think I called it a joiner this whole time, but I noticed that there was a T in there. It's a jointer. I thought you were joining something, not jointing something. However, I have no idea even what this thing does, if being honest. I know it's some kind of woodworking. I know there's some kind of blade that's supposed to be there. I don't know if it's gonna hold up the sail because it's not there. I don't really know what it does. The guy wants to test it out, and there's no real good plugs along here. However, there is a plug in the bathroom that I'm hoping works. I told him to bring along an extension cord so we don't have to bring this thing into the bathroom. However, we're gonna see if we can get rid of this jointer. I got it pushed over here to the front, and there is a plug in this bathroom right here. I hope the plug works. I didn't really test it with anything, so I hope that if the machine isn't working, that it's not because the plug doesn't work. But I told the guy to bring an extension cord, like I said, so we don't have to roll this thing in because it's definitely not gonna reach from outside. I hope management doesn't come while I'm doing this, because this might be against the rental agreement to an extent, but I don't think it's that big of a deal, honestly. So he's gonna be here in the next 5 minutes. I listed this thing for 300 bucks, which is 3 times what I paid for that whole storage unit, and we sold quite a bit of stuff out of that so far. If you saw that video, we sold the dresser set, we sold the What else? I sold one of those bears. I sold both of the ship wheels. So, I mean, we've made quite a bit of money off of that. And with this thing, this is the most expensive thing I have out of the whole thing. I was asking $300 for this, asked $120 for the dresser set, and I asked $75 for the fireplace. And I still have the fireplace. I've had a little bit of interest, but hopefully this guy's here soon. I'm gonna try to get some footage, and we will see how this goes. How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
Good. Oh, there it is.
You've never used it yourself?
Honestly, I don't even know what it does.
Oh, okay.
You teach me a little bit.
Well, you can use it to plane a board, but the joiner part is what I really want, which is, so like if you're going to put two boards together, you lay the flat part of the board, the wide part, against here with the narrow edge down, and it planes that edge so that the two boards fit together nice. Okay. So if you just run it through a table saw, it could be a little off or whatever. So this gives you a nice square edge then to glue two boards together, so you can start stacking boards in a wide assembly. And I have a little tabletop one, but I've got some bigger projects, and they say the table should be no shorter than half the length of the boards you're trying to use, because it's too hard to hold them when they get out past. So, like this, I think is a 46-inch table, so you can do about an 8-foot board with it, which will work for me. So, yeah, so that's what I know about them. It's like you had some party supplies. There's some glitter on there.
Yeah. I buy storage units from time to time.
Oh, yeah?
Things came out of it.
Oh, okay.
So then I bought it from a private seller, and the person told me that it works. But
I was just, like checking that there's bearings in here and stuff. Just checking to make sure that, it's tight. And they're kind of expensive, new, but you can pick them up used pretty reasonable. But sometimes they're hard to find. There's a few out there right now, but this one looked pretty clean. And so I thought, I'm trying to get comfortable.
you want to try to plug it in?
Yeah, let me grab that cord up there.
Like that, we are $250 richer. The guy, he was kind of, trying to lowball me. He offered me $200 for it, and I was not going to go that low. I haven't had a ton of interest, so I took $250. I feel good about it. Honestly, it's all profit there. So what are you going to do? And I really didn't want to have to haul that thing back into the storage unit. So we are out of the jointer market for the moment, but I'm glad we finally got rid of that.